everybody, Findlay is here. One of my favorite ladies of all time, the mom in the know. She's cooking, and this studio smells amazing.
You know what? It's so basic with a little bit of leek and garlic. You are set to go for the holidays. It's holiday season.
Yep.
Everybody's like loves to eat, or maybe that's just me, but everybody should love to eat because you're going to people's houses. You're asked to bring things. There's a lot of holiday exchanges. So Foodland Ontario is definitely my one-stop shop. I love it. It's easy. So
what are we doing?
We're going to go sweet first, savory later. So I'll let this just cook up while we're working.
Okay.
And I'm doing a butter maple apple tart square. It might not even be in the right order, but the whole idea is so delicious.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've done the crust beforehand. It's almost like a shortbread crust. So like everything, you've got sugar, flour, and butter. And you're just mixing together. You're going to put it in your oven for 20 minutes until it's brown and golden and tasty. But that could be the bottom for many of your desserts. So that's a really good keeper for sure. Okay. And what I've done is I've done a third cup of butter and some brown sugar. I'm just going to turn it on to whip it. While I'm doing this,
back up.
You don't need to back up. I got a license for this. I got a license for this.
Okay, what am I doing?
If you can, you're going to add in 4 eggs.
To that?
There. Yeah, right into here. See how easy that is already? I've already cracked them, so we didn't have to waste any time. And you know what? That is actually a good way to get your kids organized because there's a lot of eggs. These are all things that are going to be in your kitchen for the season and for baking. So at any time, you just need eggs, sugar, butter, and you pretty much got a recipe. But the key is the maple syrup. If you can pour in a cup of maple syrup, and after that, a teaspoon of vanilla. This is going to be your oven is already set at 350. You're going to bake this for about 20 minutes once you pour it in. And what the best part to add to it is apples. So there's many Ontario apples available. Have you ever tried a Golden Delicious?
Yes.
I know.
They're one of my
really
favorites,
good.
actually.
And you know what's really nice in the grocery store now? Your bigger grocery stores are actually telling you what's from Ontario. So there's a lot of local out there. So we've got Northern Spy, Macintosh, pick your favorite, Spartan. But I went Golden Delicious. I'm just going to pour in 2 cups of that.
Just Golden Delicious?
I just did Golden Delicious, but that's a good idea too. You can mix and match. Absolutely, 2 cups of anything you like. And then,
is there any apple that that isn't really good for baking?
You know what? I think they're all pretty good because people do like tartness, and people like Macintosh, which is like a soft and Granny Smith. Not Ontario. I'm not. And you know what? I would say the ones that aren't Ontario. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but Granny Smith too tart. Too much. So I've also put golden raisins. A lot of people like raisins or not. You could put in nuts instead. And then you're literally pouring this on top, and you're going to watch it. Well, you don't have to sit and watch it bake, but for 20 minutes. My kids open it all the time. Keep it closed. Turn on your light.
Sit there by the oven.
Exactly. And that's going to be like this, and you're just going to cook it until no longer, like it's solid in the middle, so it doesn't jiggle.
Easy. That's what I love.
It is so easy. I'm telling you, a lot of the holiday baking and anything that I choose and come on and show you is easy because I don't pick anything hard. This is even more fun over here.
Okay, this is the end result, though,
That is the end result. You can try. Okay, why don't you eat it now while we go on to the Leek apple and Brie tart. The reason is that is the ingredients. Isn't that delicious? And I did save everything, some for the volunteers, so you guys are lucky. Okay, I have now sauteed for about 6 minutes leeks. Not your onion, just a leek. You know, your long green and white leek. And I'm just going to put in a teaspoon of thyme. And I'm actually going to put this to the side. So I've just cut this up ahead of time. This is going to be the base. I'm just going to put I'm going to work on a little sauce on top. While I do that, I would love, this is a phyllo pastry. So, puff pastry. A lot of people get nervous using puff pastry. If you take it out, you want to make sure it's thawed. You're just going to unroll it. This is what you're going to put on your baking sheet. So there's nothing to be afraid of. You're going to poke some holes, and I'm going to get you to take the 2 teaspoons of mustard. I'm just going to pour it in. Dijon mustard. Oh, it's Dijon. And you brush it, and you're going to keep an inch of the side. Okay, so it puffs up around it, an inch around the diameter. In the meantime, I'm just going to take the last 2 teaspoons.
That's just phyllo pastry?
It's puff pastry. My mistake.
It's so easy.
So easy. So I've now taken 2 teaspoons of butter, some apple cider, and the last clove of apple cider vinegar. Delicious.
Love it.
It's a smell that you'll remember, and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. And I'm going to just do a little bit of this in here, saute it. Okay, and while we're doing that, on your phyllo pastry, you've left the inch. I'm just going to scatter this around.
Okay.
Okay, your oven's now at 400. You're going to cook it for about 20 minutes. You can prepare this ahead of time and then put it in the oven when it works for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take an apple. This one I use the Spartan because I like the red. And you're just going to layer your apple like this, and you are going to top it with cheese, and it's Brie cheese. The Canadian cheeses is so lovely. It's so easy, and it looks so good at the end. It's all about presentation. A lot of people say it's taste, but I think it's presentation.
What would you serve that for? Would that?
You know, this would be an appetizer, a nice savory, and you're just going to cut in little pieces, and you could have cheeses on the side. You can have a little bit of chutney and crackers, so it could be part of your charcuterie plate. Or if people say, could you bring an appetizer, something different, because everybody really does go to the charcuterie. Nothing wrong. We have amazing local cheeses, so take advantage. I think this is the most time that cheese is eaten.
We've got a minute still left.
Okay, I'm going to add some Brie cheese.
We're in good shape.
I know, can you believe it? That's how easy these recipes are. And you're just going to melt it on top.
Now, if you didn't have Brie?
You know what? You could use old cheddar. You could use anything you could use mozzarella as well. It's kind of your preference. I definitely love Brie cheese because it melts so nicely.
And could you use something other than apples?
Yeah, you could put pears. Do pears. Pears are in season.
That would be a great idea.
And that's really nice with that. And then what we have is a little drizzle. Okay. We're going to do some thyme. I've got 4 teaspoons of honey in here, a little bit of thyme, some mustard, and we're going to drizzle this on top at the end. And then you have a lovely Brie apple
Love it. Okay, we got to go.
Enjoy. Happy holidays.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays. We'll be back with more Daytime right after this.